All right. Welcome, everyone. My name is Brodie Smith. I'm sales director in our communications division at ScanSource. And I have with me Jonathan Ross. He is our director of service providers from Mitel. And so we're going to have a little fireside chat today between myself and Jonathan to talk about Mitel Open SIP and share how all this came about, ask some questions to learn more about it, and really just get into how this could be a perfect fit for your environment. So welcome, Jonathan.
Welcome, Brodie. Hey, it's great to catch up again.
Absolutely, absolutely. Jonathan and I have worked together for quite some time, and so love that we are getting the chance to do this together and really dive into this product. And so, Jonathan, I want to start off just by asking a few questions. What came about with this product? Like, what inspired the Mitel Open SIP line to be started?
Well, first of all, I've never been more excited to one share, but more importantly, never been more excited with my 14 years here at Mitel that we are finally moving in a direction that we've got product that people want. And it's not that our My Voice businesses, they don't want it, but we've been in the phone business for years and years and years. And now we have the opportunity to sort of spread it even further where we can connect to third-party product as opposed to just ours. And this is a business that we've ignored over and over again for many, many years. So again, never more excited that the company's behind me. We've introduced our 6900 SIP variant, and it is off to the races, and it's just phenomenal. So very excited.
Yes, this was super exciting. One thing you said there about this being a third party product and not having to, just connect to Mitel. Can you go into a little bit of how that works?
Yeah, so when I say third-party product, traditionally Mitel is a closed solution. So in other words, we sell phones that run only on Mitel solution, and we sell Mitel solutions of various sizes and shapes and so forth. As it relates to the open solution, this is a phone that will ride or be interop with any third-party product. So the likes of RingCentral, the likes of Zoom, the likes of Crescendo, the likes of Alianza, the likes of Metaswitch, the likes of Broadworks or BroadSoft, and many, many others. We now have the ability to open up to all of our partners, to service providers, the ability of acquiring a Mitel 69, an award-winning 6900 series device that operates in the SIP mode to interoperate with their call control. And again, I can't say it's just exciting. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that's definitely something a lot of our resellers that we come in contact with are looking for to where it's not just on a proprietary solution, but it's out there to be, open SIP to work on multiple platforms. And so with you being so interlocked with this, how long has this been in the works on your side?
So this goes back, I can give you the history lesson here, is we acquired a company called Astra back in the, I don't know, 2012 timeframe. So that's many years ago. That was actually the industry leading SIP phone for the market. However, Mitel chose simply to ignore and let it just take its own course. So until essentially the end of 24, we discontinued that particular device, which was known as our 6800 series. We end of sailed it. Part of the reason was because of chipset availability. The other part was it needed to have an upgrade, if you will. And we ignored it, yet we were doing many millions of dollars worth. So personally, I think I've worked hard to convince us that this is a business that we're in. We sell in excess of 2 million devices a year. And when we started to work with RingCentral about 4 years ago, we broke the mold in providing them our 6900 series phone in a SIP mode. So that sort of started this whole sort of forward roll for us to start looking at other devices, or excuse me, other platforms to interoperate with.
That's great. Yeah. I love the background there of, it's really coming to fruition of all the hard work that everyone's put in on the Mitel side for that. And so with these open SIP phones and, working on multiple different platforms, can you go into, who is this designed for and kind of what makes this different from the other products in the market?
So yeah, so a phone is a phone, and Candidly, this is a market that people would say is declining, but at the same time, with the percentage of market share that we own, we have nowhere to go but up. And in terms of who's using these phones, let's face it, hard phones are not going away. They are here and they're here to stay. Obviously, there's millennials and there's sort of, I'll say, various groups that may gravitate to a soft client and some may gravitate to a mobile phone, but desk phones are here and they're here to stay. These phones are the same phones that you would buy in a commercial environment, regardless of the vertical, hotels, hospitals, it doesn't matter. So all these phones are here. And again, the fact that they operate on third party and what we are delivering is a quality device. And when I talk about quality, these are devices that, one, are at a great price point, quality, which is known, Mitel is known for and always has been for over 50 plus years. And the other point here, which is a new one, is we are manufacturing our devices in Germany. We have pulled out of China. This is designed in North America, and yet it is manufactured in Germany. So it's at our brand new automated facility that literally, I think, has 6 or 8 people within it. Everything is done by robotics. So we have the ability of maintaining an extremely low price point, and again, to continue to provide the quality that everybody would expect.
Amazing. Yeah, that's such a big differentiator, especially with the tariffs that we faced, over this past year and knowing where the product is coming from. That does help in the long-term strategy of bringing that stock in, whether it's distribution or the reseller side, or, even when it's shipping to the end user, of knowing, where it's coming from. So as they buy those, they know, kind of how to plan out.
Very
Um,
true.
yeah, with everything you just talked about there, with having chipset shortages, getting rid of the 6800s, moving towards the new Open SIP line, and all those things. Overall, what has been the biggest challenge, to be honest with you? Because it sounds like everything has been, lining up really, really well, and coming out to be really good for our partners moving forward. But what's the challenge that you've had in developing or working on that from the Mitel side?
I think the biggest challenge we had is getting the word out. I mean,
Mhm.
there's a lot of people. There's one particular platform, which was MetaSwitch. I went to a show just last 2 weeks ago. At the end of the day, people came to greet us while we were attending the show, and they said, "It's so great to have you guys back. We were utilizing your 6800s on the platform for years and years. Love the quality of the device. We thought you just disappeared." So what's the challenge? The challenge is really just getting the word out, and it's leveraging folks like yourselves being a key distributor here to get to the marketplace, to get to your customers, to get to our partners on a regular basis, letting them know that Mitel is here, loud and strong, with a device that's at a great price point, phenomenal quality, and ready to sort of take orders. So getting word out.
Yes, get the word out. That's gonna be the slogan here, I think. So,
Absolutely.
um, yeah, and with the customers who the word has gotten to them about this, what kind of feedback are you hearing from them about this product?
They are just ecstatic. Again, the same example I said just moments ago. They're absolutely ecstatic that we're here, and that we are, delivering what we said we would deliver. So the feedback has been very good. And now we're starting to see results. September was a phenomenal month for us in terms of orders. So word is creeping out, and people are just ecstatic that we're back.
That's phenomenal. I love it. Yeah, even just starting to see that growth start happening is very exciting. And the buzz around that, and so definitely challenging everyone to get that word out about the new products that you guys have. With the product set, and even just the challenges you talked about there. What's the go-to-market strategy as of today of getting that out there for customers to learn more, to test or try, or anything like that you guys are offering?
So strategy is sort of multi-pronged. And when I say multi-pronged strategy is, first of all, we looked at what the 6800 business was, and it's literally, we are out to replace what we did in that space with our 6900. So it was what I call the Wild West. Anybody that wanted to buy an open SIP device, it was readily available. So that's one strategy, and we are making that available to everybody. But for those folks that are partners, one, there's some better pricing, availability of our tool chains and so forth. We are working with all the comms platforms, all of what I would say is the Magic Quadrant UCaaS providers. I have essentially looked as being an attack to make sure that we are one certified on those devices. And we've either gone directly to them where they have essentially marketed it to their customers, or we've gone to their partners because they don't take in hardware. They allow their partners to provide the hardware, and I'm working with those folks so that they could deliver a quality device, again, on that third-party platform. So multi-pronged, going after service providers, the Wild West, if you will, communication platforms, all of the above. And it seems to be working. So we're excited.
Awesome. With the platforms that you guys are certified on today, if someone is looking for one that's not on that list today, what's the approach of adding that to the offering that you guys have?
So testing and so forth, we leverage folks like yourselves, our distributors, where we have allowed them to acquire a device, either at demo pricing, and/or there is at times an opportunity where a device is readily available at a no charge for them to go test and work accordingly. Again, something that we determine what is, needed and necessary. But if they've been using the 6800, the beauty here is it's the same code base that was in the 68 is now in the 69. It's just that 69 has more features and functions in the phone, and it's a faster chipset. So the testing is virtually, it's all of the same, and we're off to the races.
Love it. For the folks that have historically used the 6800, like you mentioned there, the new 6900 is the same code base. There's just additional features. What are those features that the 6900 has? And are there any updates or future upgrades or whatnot that are going to be happening to the phone within the pipeline?
So there's always, feature function sort of upgrades and patches that come into anything that's got software. But in terms of the highlights of feature function capability, one, it's a faster processor. Two, there's Wi-Fi built into these devices. There's mobile link, there's PC link, to mention a few. I mentioned Wi-Fi, and in some cases in the 6940, you even have a Bluetooth handset, so those are some of the highlighted differences between the 69 and the 68. We can get down to some nitty gritty, and so forth. Well, the buttons are virtually the same. So I think those are the highlights, the ones that I just mentioned.
Great.
By the way, and as for what's coming, the only thing I can share with you, it's a little premature, but I would say at the turn of the year, we will be introducing another low-end phone. Right around it, we'll call it the 6907 as opposed to a 6905, a very trim line device that we will be introducing to the market. So again, where I say phones are going away, no way. We are making the investment and we're delivering more.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the cool part is there's going to be familiarity there as far as the 6800 to the 6900. It's just the upgrade in features, the processor, all the things you mentioned there. So it's not something brand new out there. It's just an upgraded version of what we've seen before, which is great for resellers and for end users as well, who are familiar with the Mitel products. And so,
Correct.
Jonathan, I know from us working together, this is definitely something that has been top of your list, very important, almost like, your big project that you've had. And so what's the one thing that you're most proud of with this launch of the Mitel Open SIP line?
I would say the one thing I am most proud of, and if I could even describe it in one word, is we are delivering quality. I'm proud of my own organization standing behind this, committed to it, and delivering what I believe is the ultimate in terms of the very best product for the market that delivers the quality, the price point, and complete integration. So I'm just proud that my organization is behind me. After 14 years, I can say this is one activity that stands out.
Love hearing that. Love hearing that. Well, we are excited on our side as well to, be one of the distributors who are also selling this product. And so you guys heard it here first. We have a quality product here with the Mitel Open SIP product line. Get the word out to, other partners, other end users, your customers, whoever you need to talk to about it. This is a great opportunity to open up your line card to start selling more stuff as well to your customers. And so Jonathan Ross is here to support in any way that you can. And Jonathan, you have any closing words you wanted to offer before we wrap it up?
I do. The closing words is I want to leave everybody with our current tagline for the open SIP devices and the open solution, which is one phone, every platform built to outlast the rest. And I thanks everybody for listening.
Love that. Thank you, Jonathan. Thanks, everyone.